Good morning, Bayside. Wesley from Bayside Davis. I want to read you a beatitude from Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Happy, Makarios, happy are those who mourn. That's literally what this means in the original language. For they will be comforted. Now, when you think of happiness, you don't think of grief or mourning. But when Jesus thought of happiness in the soul of a human being, he said, happy are those who mourn. Now you're like, what does this mean? Well, just think about our culture. In our culture, we run from sorrow. We avoid grief. We don't have a language for pain and suffering. In fact, we try to avoid those realities at all costs. But Jesus says, there's something that is really important in how I designed the human soul. You need to be able to lament or to mourn or to grieve or to be sad and to process those emotions in a healthy way. Those who mourn experience human grief and lament honestly before God, which means the brokenness, the pain, the heartache in our life. God doesn't want us to avoid that in relationship with Him. He doesn't want us to suppress that in relationship with Him. He wants us to lament or to cry out or to be open and honest in our prayers and our communication with Him with our brokenness, with our pain, with the hard places and spaces of being human. And this is quite amazing because we're not created to suppress those emotions. We're created to engage God with those emotions. And ultimately, the bridge here is we're created to engage God with the hard parts of life. God's not a God who's detached from your brokenness right now. God is a God who wants to be intimately connected with the path of your life in the midst of brokenness, because in Him we find safety and strength and comfort and presence that we need to walk through those seasons of brokenness. I love what F.F. Bruce said. He said, there can be no comfort where there is no grief. So I want to encourage you today to bring all of you to God. Every part of your story, every broken place and space in your life, and allow God to deeply connect with you, with His presence, with His goodness, with His comfort in whatever hard season of life you're processing through in this moment. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted.